Hello, dear friend. I heard you had a very long and tiring day. All you need is a good night's sleep. Don't worry then. Let us make sure that you get exactly what you're wishing for. Lie down on your bed. Loosen your body and let your body take the shape that it feels most comfortable in. Let go of those 1,000 thoughts running in your head per minute. Calm your racing heart. Focus all your attention on my voice. Close your eyes and let this sweet little story help you drift away into your dreamland. In a quaint little town, there lived a cute little family of 4. It included the mother, Rose, the father, Julian, and their 2 children, August and Oliver. They lived in a beautiful cottage surrounded by trees, all kinds of trees, lemons, mangoes, coconuts, papayas, and bananas. They also had a pretty garden in front of their house, filled with roses, dahlias, jasmines, and tulips. Julian was very fond of vegetables, so they grew tomatoes, potatoes, chilies, brinjals, and baby corn in their backyard. August and Oliver were very bright and kind kids. They loved their parents very much and were extremely gentle with their friends as well. It was all due to the way they had been raised. Since they were born, Rose and Julian had made sure that they gave the greatest of values to their kids. And it showed. The family and their house felt as if it had appeared straight out of a dream. On a fine winter afternoon, the family decided to go out on a picnic. August and Oliver got very excited. Oliver wore his favorite yellow shirt, and August got dressed in a cute orange dress. They both looked like sunflowers in full bloom. Rose packed sandwiches, muffins, pasta, and orange juice. Julian got out their big old picnic mat, which had housed so many memories of so many picnics. They packed everything and were all set to have a wonderful time. Rose drove the family to a beach, and the children squealed at the first sight of the sea. They jumped out of the car as soon as it stopped and ran towards the water. As soon as a big wave touched the tiny feet of August and Oliver, they beamed with happiness. They pressed their feet on the sand to leave an impression and then waited for the waves to erase it. They kept doing the same thing again and again, as such is the charm of the magnificent sea. Rose and Julian spread the mat on the sand and watched their kids play. A little while later, the kids felt hungry, so they came back to their parents. Rose opened the picnic basket. It was filled with croissants, sandwiches, sweet pie, delicious fruits from their garden, and a cool drink. They all dug into the deliciousness of the food. The children looked even happier with their filled tummies now. Julian looked at Rose, and they both smiled. They were proud of the kids they had and the life they were building. At that very moment, everyone was content. The day was going well, but it was yet to become great. Rose had a surprise for the kids. Julian made them sit on his lap and closed their eyes. On the count of 10, the kids opened their eyes to see 2 big kites on the mat. A pink one, and the other was a lighter shade of green. August and Oliver's happiness knew no bounds. They hugged each other, then their dad, and then they jumped from his lap to their mother's and hugged her too. They started running in circles around their parents, screaming that they were the best. To make the kite flying experience even more fun, Rose suggested that they write something on their kites. The idea of their words up in the great blue sky, blowing with the wind, thrilled August and Oliver. They quickly took the colorful markers and with their tiny hands, in their baby handwriting, emptied their hearts out onto their kites. The zeal with which they were writing inspired Julian. He took a kite and did the same. Rose followed too. The sun shone in all its glory. The waves sang. The wind blew gently. And the cute family of 4 was writing to their heart's desire on their big kites that were set to fly in the bigger sky. After they were done writing, they helped each other out in flying their kites. August launched the kite while Oliver held the spool. The family flew each of their kites one by one. It turned out that they were naturally skilled at flying kites. The pieces of paper which had just been between their fingers looked like colorful dots in the sky. The sight was so liberating that they decided to not bring the kites back. They cut their threads and set them free. It was just perfect. Seeing those kites high up in the sky filled their hearts with extreme positivity. They were radiating joy. By the end of the kite flying session, they had gorgeous smiles on their faces. The sun and the sea were so impressed by the family that they painted the sky purple and pink instead of the usual red during the sunset to make their day more memorable than it already was. It was one of the best afternoons they had had in a long time. On the ride back home, August told her parents that she thinks that her words were being diffused in the air as they talked and would reach out to anyone and everyone looking at the sky then. Rose and Julian applauded their daughter's imagination and, like their kids, hoped that it was true. Little did they know that their wish would come true. 2 days later, an unexpected guest dropped by their beautiful house. She was an old lady named Gabriella. She said that she was sitting on her swing, alone and sad, when a pink kite landed near her feet. She picked up the kite, and it read, "Whoever you are, I will love you and be your friend. Come home if you want to have some cookies with me. Love, August and Oliver." Julian and Rose were surprised to see the effect their kid's innocent message had on the lady, that she found her way to them. August and Gabriella had a great time together, and Oliver too was happy to make a new friend. Rose and Julian were elated to know that their daughter has the potential to give unconditional love. Her kite and her kind words had spread love in the air, and they could not be more proud about it. After a long and pleasantly surprising day, they tucked her in bed and kissed the kids good night. We hope that just like August and Oliver, you find the capacity to give unconditional love to yourself and to others. Starting now by letting yourself sleep peacefully and enter the sweet dream world. Good night, love.